Hello, everybody. Welcome to Purple Phases. Here we talk about the different phases and stages that us as Black women go through. I am your host, Jada Weber. I am a 22-year-old actress, model, writer, and poet, creating a safe space for Black women to be seen and heard. I would also like to give a big thanks and shout out to all of my friends and family and listeners who have been supporting me through my journey with my podcast. It means so much to me, and I love y'all. Please continue to support. So, on today's episode, we will be discussing mixing friend groups, well, specifically mixing friendships. With all that being said, I have two beautiful, amazing, and talented guests on my show today by the name of Demi. Hey, boo.
Hey.
And Martiza.
What it do?
Would you mind introducing yourself to the listeners, Martiza, first, and telling them a little bit more about who you are and what it is exactly that you do?
Well, hi guys. My name is Martiza. I am an artist. I am a herbalist. An entrepreneur first and foremost. And currently, I am striving towards opening up my own holistic healing business. I'm a very spiritual person at heart, and I'm Jada's friend.
What about you, Demi?
Hey.
Hey.
Hi guys. My name is Demi, short for Demetria.
Yes.
I'm an aspiring psychologist. I graduated in December.
Woo! Yes.
I'm a crochet designer. I'm a mentor, and I think I'm an artist too because I love music and I do like paintings and stuff. I don't really do it as much as I really want to, but one day I will have the space to do that.
Right, and that's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right, so let's get right into today's topic. So I titled this episode Mixing Friendships because not only have I experienced that personally in my life, but I also wanted to really talk about what that experience is like for us as Black women and just different ways we can navigate that. Also, I think that's just a very relatable topic if you ever been in those type of situations. So yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about today. So my first question for you, Demi, would be, how do you define as mixing friendships?
Well, I guess to me, mixing friendships would be like, say, okay, I can use you two as an example.
Okay, perfect.
Mm-hmm. You and me, Jada, we're friends, right?
Right.
And we met at an internship.
Right.
Then you and I, Martiza, we're also friends, but we didn't meet in the same space that I met with Jada. Yeah. We would hang out on separate occasions, and maybe one day I'm like, oh, I want to bring these two great people together because I vibe with both of them.
Right.
And I'm assuming that because I vibe with both of you individually, that we'll vibe together because I'm like the common denominator. Right. And then maybe we just, kick it and
see what happens.
Yeah.
Right. I get exactly what you're saying. What about you, Martiza? How would you define as mixing friendships for you?
I would define mixing friendships as mixing vibes. Because I feel like a lot of the times when you bring in, I guess, unfamiliar person into your friend circle, you're vibing them out, you're filling them out.
Right.
So that's how I define that.
I feel like mixing friendships is such a common thing. I feel like for the most part, when a friend definitely find themselves mixing one of their set of friends with another friend, whether it's individually or with a group setting, I feel like it's always, for the most part, coming from a good space. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't think it's ever like, what, we friends and anything. No, it's like, let's just mix it together, see how we all vibe and connect, and really for a tribal of like friendship, you can say. But I think that for the most part, I know me personally, child, I have definitely mixed my friendships. I have been the initiator, me personally, but also I found myself in spaces with my own like individual friendships to where like they introduced me to their other friends, and it don't always work out, right? And what are you guys' thoughts on that? Like, have you guys ever like initiated like, what, I'm friends with this person, let me introduce this person to that, and what was your reasons for it? Martiza, did you want to go first?
I have to think on that.
Okay, period. Once I said, just give me a moment. Okay, respectfully. What about you, Dibby?
You know what? I have done that, and it did not work out in the way that I would hope.
Okay.
It was just more like the people that I was closer with. I wouldn't even say I'm closer with one or the other.
Right.
You can know somebody for so long, and you can meet somebody from a week ago, and you can be closer with that person from a week ago
Facts.
than the
No,
person
these
you've
are
been
facts.
friends with for years.
Right. Or it could be one of those situations where like the person that you introduced your friend to, now they're closer in a sense in different areas, right? Not even necessarily all together, but in certain scenarios than you and the original friend was.
True.
And I think that could be really hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Can we be honest and say like,
Yeah.
because I've experienced that's where it's like, okay, I'm going to introduce you to one of, well, see, let me quote it right. Me personally, y'all, I've been in situations where like I was friends with one individual, and then like let's just say that friend will introduce me to another like set of their friends or friend, and then we're connected in different ways. But I'm noticing it's bothering my friend who initiated us to hang out in the first place.
Right.
You know, that can be kind of, I guess, uncomfortable to just for you as the friend to navigate, but also see your friend experience that and feel uncomfortable too.
Yeah.
And I just feel like sometimes, you know, especially if you're empathetic like me and stuff like that, it can still be hard to even have those conversations and be like, hey, like, it's okay, girl, or it's okay, guy, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I just want to add to that.
Okay.
Yeah, like, I definitely feel that when you're introducing, you know, your friend to, you know, someone that's new in the friend group.
Right.
It could be a little bit tricky with the whole feelings part, because I feel like how you treat your closest friend might not be how you treat the person that just came into your friend group.
To the picture.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like that those feelings can conflict.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then I also feel like, I don't know, in those type of situations, my opinion, when you're trying to mix those friendships together and stuff like that, everybody can end up feeling uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? It probably gets to a point where it's just like, you know what? I didn't even ask to be here. I didn't ask for this to be like that. You know, I think for the most part, when we're in these situations, we all want and hope for the best, but it's just sometimes we're not always ready for the possible conflicts or outcome of us not even being friends. Because I've been through situations where it's like, when I tried to mix my friendships, we just all stopped.
Yeah,
I've been through that, and that could be really hard. Like, especially if you've never experienced that. I think it's one thing if you're used to like mixing your friendships, and that's great, and y'all just blend well and all those type of things. But like, I think sometimes, like I said, it's just hard to really I don't know, outgrow those situations, heal from those situations, and really navigate that after the fact, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does.
It definitely does.
Okay. All right. Well, so for our next topic, I would like to discuss with you guys is if you have ever mixed your friendships. We kind of went over that previously already, I think.
Yeah.
Marcy, you have mixed your friendships together, or you found yourself like the complete opposite? Like,
I feel like with you definitely introduced me to that, like mixing friendships. Like when I met some of your friends, right? Ari, for example.
Yeah.
When I met her, I thought that was great because we definitely got along.
I agree.
We vibed and it was nice. So
yeah, that's like more so a positive outcome from that.
Right.
That's
and then
true.
On top of that, with her different business endeavors like that, we networked and I got to support her business and stuff like that.
For sure. Like y'all had similar interests in a sense of like entrepreneurship. I get exactly what you're saying. Creativity. Yeah. So that's always a plus. Okay, what about you, Demi? Have you ever, mixed your friendships together?
I have, and when you were talking, another memory came back for me. One of my closest friends, I remember being the friend that was like brought into the group. Right. And I guess it was kind of hard for the other friend to like accept that I was coming in because they had like, I don't know what to call it, but they had like an issue with that. Like, why are you bringing this person into the group? Like, I'm not friends with them, so like, why are you friends with them? Type of thing.
Gotcha.
And
it was that was communicated. I'm sorry,
it was
cut you off.
It's okay.
I was just thinking like, I wonder how that was communicated with you. Like, let me ask you this, because I feel like this is very important too, that we discuss these in these type of conversations. Like, Demi, for you, when did you notice, like, I guess you can say an orange flag, red flag, when like, you know what, I think your friend that we all supposed to be friends with a little uncomfortable. Because see me, I don't know. I'm just so hyper aware of like, I don't know. I can tell when like certain people are feeling some type of way, stuff like that. I just don't always take the damn sign. Sometimes be like, okay, noted, let me move on.
You know what? Because I was young, didn't really understand. Like, I could tell, but I just kind of brushed past it because as a kid, like, you really don't.
You was like 16? How old?
No, I was like
You was young.
8, maybe younger. Yeah, I was younger, and then we kind of like grew up together. And then later, what ended up happening is the friend that brought me into the group.
Yeah.
She was closer with that other person, and they kind of broke off.
Okay.
And we weren't as close because we just weren't.
Yeah,
it was more like
different ways. Yeah.
I guess I was tolerated. That's what I was told. It kind of hurt because I'm like, wow.
You were told that.
It was tight knit when you came.
Yeah.
Was it like tight knit?
Like, okay, I'm gonna say I'm A.
Boom.
Me and A and B. And B. We good friends.
Got you.
B and C, they're tighter than A and B, which is cool. But then B brought me in A to the group. Okay. And B and C didn't work out, and C really ain't like me the whole time. Just tolerating me. And this is when we're older, like as adults now, and I'm just like, dang, all this time. I mean, you could have said that,
right?
But it's all good. Sure. Like, we keep it cordial, like I see them, we speak. Right. We don't, get too deep or we just keep it very surface level and respectful. And
absolutely, I'm really big
that's
on
all
that.
I can do, because I ain't mad no more. I forgive you. You may have felt that way, and that's fine. I never felt that way. It was all love over here.
But that's kind of fucked up though, because they falsified the vibe.
And
they did.
And can I just say too, that person who told you like, oh yeah, like, I was just tolerating you type thing. It's like, okay, are you saying like it was just familiar, or you just got used to it, but you didn't really like me the
pretty
whole time?
Much. Yeah.
I'm trying to think like, at what point, like, okay, you sit this said friend down that you've been, I don't know, I guess acting as though y'all friends like that, and just say that. I just feel like that's like crazy.
Yeah.
Like, see, me, I never went through that with like mixing friendships in general, even an individual friendship. Like, oh yeah, girl, just so you know, we've been friends with but I've been tolerating. I just feel like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, just to clarify,
that's hurtful.
Miscommunication.
Oh yeah.
She did not actually say this to my face. This is what B told me.
Okay.
So I don't think she know that I know that.
Got you. Okay.
But I know
that's
it.
fair.
But I'm still,
right.
Yeah, like, it's fine.
And
it's okay.
I love the fact that B did that on your behalf, because she didn't want to leave you in the dark.
Yeah, but then it's like,
yeah, I was gonna say,
like, you knew they felt this way the whole time.
Yeah,
and that's what I was thinking.
And
this is where it can get tricky, right? Because when we're mixing friendships, I'm so happy we talking about this.
Yes.
It's just now it's opened up my perspective too. One thing I realized through some of the pros and cons, specifically the cons of mixing your friendships, is when you guys there's a level of communication that's going to be happening separately from the group, right? So like, if it's 3 of y'all, a trio, right? But it, originated with like, okay, we originally started being friends, and then I'm gonna start saying the ABC.
Girl, look, you got to do that.
I can organize it.
No, for real.
I'm like, how do I put this into perspective? Basically, what I'm trying to say is like, when you're mixing friendships, sometimes things are being communicated outside of the other friend. And then now certain conversations is being had, but then we still all together linking together.
Exactly.
Hanging out as if you wasn't just talking about the other friend, or this friend was just talking about that friend. This is where I say, in my opinion, shit can be tricky, and it's just be like, I can't fuck with that. Like, me personally, I can't fuck with that. But yeah, I just feel like that's one of the things I don't like about when you're mixing your friendships, because you never know what certain people are saying behind your back, different things like that.
Yeah.
And I also feel like it can really show somebody true colors when certain people within the friendship saying negative things about the other person.
Amen.
Put her hand up,
because that was facts.
But yeah, like, I'm trying to think right now, like, have you, like, Martiza, for you example, like, have you ever experienced a situation where, one of your close friends had introduced you to one of her close friends? Now we all, y'all all hanging out, coexisting, but it's one of those situations where you're seeing certain things like, I wonder, like, have you ever felt like you was being left out of certain situations, or you could tell that like maybe they were talking about you not in the best way as far as y'all friendship, or no, you never experienced it?
I have actually.
All right.
I have experienced something like that, and it definitely brought out the other person's true colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you find out?
So we're gonna use the letters. So A.
Okay.
So A brought me into the the whole friend group. There was already 2 other ladies.
Okay.
And so I was the one
introduced
introduced,
into the
you
group.
know,
I get
into
what
the
you
group.
mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So that happened, and a couple weeks went by. You know, we started calling each other, you know, sisters.
Yeah.
You know, stuff
I
like
know what
that.
that's like, child.
Yeah.
Especially when you get to that sister stage. Y'all locked in.
Right. You know, you put in
Locked in twins.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're putting labels. You're confirming labels. So,
Yeah.
you know, and I feel like me, I take my friendship serious.
Me too.
Especially, you know, on a sisterhood level. I take it very serious. So
too.
just to find out that B really like going down the line into the friendship really didn't feel like that. Feel like B was putting on a mask.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
And you know, when it came to the other friends in the friend group looking at that on the outside and finding out, you know, how they were treating me and, you know, addressing that.
That's okay.
Addressing that. Yeah, I definitely noticed that just wasn't the friend group for me to be in, especially with B, that person. Yeah, because sure. I can't do fake for too long.
For real though.
Right.
Yeah.
And I also feel like, you know, in these type of situations, I think it's very important to be clear on, okay, what type of friend are you for one? And what type of friend are you going to be introducing into your other already friendship?
Exactly.
I feel like, again, it definitely depends, you guys, you know, how long you've been friends with this person that you're going to introduce to other friend. Because sometimes I found myself within a friendship that's already been established for like 5+ years. Oh, let me introduce my new friendship that we're still forming and grounding into this person. It's like, maybe when I look back on it, I feel like maybe if I would have just established more so what type of friends we are, defining, you know, our pros and cons, you know, what we do and don't like. Are we really in alignment with one another? Do we have the same type of goals? Those type of things. A lot of things definitely could have been avoided, you know, before. Because like, I think when you don't, I guess, do a level of discernment when you're mixing your friendships specifically, especially if you're initiating it, it's like, can't even think of the word I was going to say.
When you said a level of discernment, I was thinking of a level of acceptance.
Okay.
Yeah, especially for, you know, the new friend that you're bringing into the friend group. Right. Like, how do you accept their personality, you know, their mannerisms, things like that?
Got me thinking.
Yeah.
Then what you think about that? Let me just like, I'm just listening, y'all.
I mean, I see what you're saying, because sometimes like the things that I may be comfortable with, if I have that friend, you may not be comfortable with. Like maybe they laugh a certain way and it annoys you, or maybe they have certain values that aren't your values. And I think it's just a matter of just accepting it. I mean, you don't have to agree with it, but you can respect them.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You can still respect them. So just kind of, you know, biting the bullet. And if they doing something to you that you don't like, then speak on it. But if not, and it's not, they're not doing anything intentionally to hurt you or harm you, you gotta pick your battles.
Man. Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. And I think that was part of like what I was trying to say too, when you're trying to mix friendships, when you don't vet the situation properly within your own individual friendships. I think once you guys do mesh it and try to mix it all together, it's kind of like an experiment, you know, and then it leads to that, to like, okay, certain shit hit the fan. It's like, damn, I wasn't even ready, or I could have been ready, you know? So I just feel like it's very important, you know, that we just make sure we are clear with our individual friendships before we just get to being like, oh yeah, let's mix it all because I'm cool and they cool. And it's like, it's giving your chia pet. It's giving, it's giving experiment. And you don't want that.
Chia pet is crazy.
To chill. So, all right. So, for the second topic, we already went over the second one already. Slay.
Period.
When you got friends like this, like we just in sync. Like, you see what I'm saying? The girls that get it, just get it.
Yeah.
Period. Okay, so I think that just pretty much wraps up the second topic. So for the final topic I had one to talk about is, for mixing friendships for today's topic, what do you guys define as a friend? Who want to go first with that? I can go. Who ready?
Let's the hostess first.
Okay, no problem. I feel like I define a friend as somebody who is trustworthy,
Mhm.
who I'm really big on loyalty as well, but somebody who respect your boundaries. I feel like boundaries, if you're clear on your boundaries and you communicate that with a friend and they don't respect it, I feel like that's a reflection of how they really feel about you and not respecting your form of self-love. You know, boundaries is not just like a strict way of just being and stuff like that. It's a way of protecting yourself and honestly loving yourself. I feel like a friend is somebody who shows up for you genuinely. You know, in a healthy, loving way. A friend is going to make you feel seen. You know, a friend is going to make you feel heard. You know, a friend is going to make sure that, you know, they ain't finna go back to you and be like, such and such was talking about you, Demi, or such and such was talking about you, and I was in the room. Marquise, like, it's just like, right? It's like, what did you say? That's
exactly.
not a friend. You know what I'm saying? So, remind you, y'all, I'm only 22. You know, we are young Black women, but I feel like me personally, I still be defining not only what type of friend, you know, defining what a friendship is to me, but also being a friend to myself. Because a lot of times I wasn't always even able to answer that question of, oh, how do I define a friend? Because I wasn't always being a friend of myself. Remind you, I'm young as fuck. You know, I'm still figuring out certain things I do and don't like. And so I think sometimes I would put, how do I explain this? In certain areas I wasn't clear on what a friend or how to define a friend was for myself, I expected other people to do it. And then I will feel some type of way when I'm like, damn,
wow,
do I even know how to, you know, define it myself? Am I being a friend of myself, or am I putting certain expectation in this stranger essentially before really being clear on, you know, what exactly it means to be a friend? Oh, yeah, bless you, boo. So yeah, I feel like a friend is somebody who is loving, you know, caring, good at communicating, emotional intelligence. Heavy on the emotional intelligence.
I gotta hold up.
Like, can we like the emotion? Like, for example, I'm not going to say certain things, right, that I know is going to make you feel some type of way, especially emotionally. You know, especially if we're also in a public setting, for example. I feel like if you're around certain people or, you know, quote unquote friends who lack the emotional intelligence, your feelings gonna get hurt, child. And they probably really not gonna be aware because they don't have the intelligence to be like, you know what? Yeah, maybe that was kind of fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
True, girl.
That's all I got for now.
That's not taught enough, honestly.
Yeah, emotional intelligence. So. Oh yeah, no, I agree, and I'm still learning things about it because I be realizing like, damn, maybe I was around a lot of people who just really lack that, and I normalized it, and I'm thinking it's just the way, and it's like, no, this is it's not the way. Yeah, it's crazy.
Facts.
Big facts.
I guess I could go.
Okay.
I liked all the stuff you said because those are all of the things
facts
that I would like in a friend. I think a friend is somebody that you can rely on.
Absolutely.
And when I say rely, not like, oh, can you give me $100?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, like, entitlement. Yeah, not entitlement.
Like emotionally, like, you know, I have a friend. Her name is Robin. She's my good friend, and we've had our
shout out to Robin.
Yeah, shout out to Robin. Robin, I love you, friend. And you know, we've had our ups and downs. Like, you know, sometimes we'll have a disagreement, but we would never disrespect each other.
Oh yeah,
we'll never throw things back in each other's faces. Like with things that we talked about privately, we will always come back around and be like, you know what? I was wrong. I'm sorry. And we'll just like come to a common ground to, you know, just figure it out. Like, because the situation is not us against each other. It's us against the situation. That's what somebody told me.
Wow, that's powerful.
Ain't it though? Because it's like,
that's powerful.
You can use that with anything, like in your relationships, like with partnerships, co-workerships, any of that. I mean, it's the problem. Like, it's not us. I'm not here to fight you. Maybe it's the problem that we need to fight.
Exactly.
That's so true. Oh,
yes.
Wow.
And I don't know, like, and we may not talk every day, but like, you know, I could text her, be like, hey girl, how you doing? And I'm not saying neglect your friend and don't hit them up for months and then out the blue be like, hey girl. No, like, you know, check on your friend, make sure they're good. Cause sometimes like we don't really know what people going through, and they may put on a front and you may think you know them, but maybe that's just them normally putting that up and they really going through something. So like,
that's true.
Check on your friends. What else? I don't know. Trustworthiness, you know, I want somebody to be honest with me. I don't want a yes man. That's what Robert would say. Like, I'm not a yes man. And at first I was like, girl, what is that? But I understand because you got some people that say yes to everything, knowing they should say no.
Yeah.
So they just saying, they not. And that could be for many reasons. Maybe they don't care, or they don't know, or maybe they're just saying or maybe they want to see you fail and they saying you know. And somebody that's gonna respect you.
Yeah.
Like you got some friends, they joke or they think they say they joke and they say something, and then you in public and you like, why would you say that? Like that's not cool. Like you thought that was funny, you thought you ate. No, you didn't.
And that's not a friend.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
And what else? Definitely somebody like if somebody speaking on me in a not good way or trying to put dirt on my name,
for sure,
and you in the room, like be like, I would at least want somebody to be like, maybe we should cut it or don't involve me, because my mom, like, she's big on that, like, with my dad being a pastor, she's the pastor's wife.
Yeah.
There has been a lot of times where people would say stuff about my mom. They don't like, and not everybody like my mom, and she's okay with that. That's fine. She's not there to be liked. But it's just like, she'll have people come tell her, like, oh, so-and-so said this about you, and they sitting there waiting for her to say something or pop off.
Yeah, the gossip.
And she thinking, well, what did you say? Did you say anything?
Yeah.
They never said none of that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
these are really good points. Like I'm loving this.
Very good
I'm
points.
Just this up. I'm like,
I'm sorry.
Applied, and we'll be applying.
What else? I mean, yeah. Oh. Somebody that can put you on, like if you in spaces and you meet somebody, you like, oh, I got a friend that do this. You should connect with them. And I'm not saying you have to do that, but I mean, that's nice. My friends do that. I do that for my friends. I do that for literally anybody. Like, I like to see people win, so I'm not like a
gatekeeper.
Yeah. Now some things I might gatekeep, like when people be like, "Oh, do you have a pattern?" No, I do not. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Stuff like that, I'm definitely gonna gatekeep.
Right.
But in terms of like putting people on, putting my friends on, putting people on, like,
okay,
never gonna gatekeep that.
Right.
Never. Yeah.
That was great. That was wonderful. I mean, wow.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. I was just thinking, like, even as Demi was speaking too, like, I was thinking about how a friend also holds you accountable.
Yes.
Sometimes it's easy to call somebody a friend and you thinking, it kind of goes back to what you were saying with the yes man thing, I think.
Yeah.
I've had friends in the past, by the way, where it was like, I just feel like they was just telling me what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
And then, like, I would be friends with other people who have, like, secure attachment styles and, like, transparent, but like also emotional intelligence. Just like, yeah, that's actually not okay, Jada. Like when you did that wasn't okay. Explained it to me and everything. And then I would literally tell that my other friend who probably liked that and be like, yeah, when I did this knowingly toxic thing, like, what are your thoughts on that? I'd be like, oh no, girl, you good. Like, oh yeah, it ain't that big of a deal. And I'd be like, damn. Okay. A friend is really somebody who's also gonna hold you accountable. I feel like that's something to definitely, take into consideration when you're defining what a friend is. What about you, Martiza?
You guys both gave some really great points.
Thank you.
About what a friend is and what a friend should be. I definitely agree on the part of you. I feel like your friends are a reflection of you. Yes. So how you treat yourself is gonna reflect on how you treat your friends. So I definitely feel like it's important to take accountability not only for your actions and the way you treat your friends, but it's important to have your friends make it aware for your friends to take accountability for how they're treating you.
For sure. Don't expect them to like read your mind. I get
exactly how they're treating you and and other things like that. And I definitely agree with the point that you made on checking in on your Demi.
Okay.
I definitely agree with the point that you made on checking on your friends. I think that's very important. Me personally, I just can't fall off and not text my friend for like months on months.
That's
like
me. I'm the friend.
I've definitely done it. I can't say I haven't.
Yeah. And we're grown. We all have lives. So at the same time too, it's important to still know, like, let your friend know, that, hey, I'm still here for you. I'm still okay. Right. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
There was another point that you gave where you said you were looking for friends, looking for a friend that
when I wasn't being a friend of myself.
Yeah, when you weren't being a friend of yourself. Yeah.
By the way, y'all, she's talking about me, Jada. Just
yeah.
I know Liz will be like, wait, which one? But I don't think we all got different voices for the most part. I think
We do.
We got beautiful, unique, different voices. But I was talking about earlier how I did go through a phase where I was expecting when I was still trying to figure things out, which I still am, by the way, to where it was like I was expecting certain things when I wasn't clear within myself or being a friend of myself or really clear on what exactly a friend was to me. I would find myself having high expectations for other people to be that said perfect magical friend. And definitely it was certain scenarios where like literally certain things would happen and I would like be by myself and I would really have to reflect with that and be like, damn, Jay, like, have you ever defined this for yourself? And why are you doing that? Also, I'm in therapy. Ladies, therapy been helping. That's how I was able to identify. So
I only brought that up is because I definitely relate to that. I agree with that 100% because I feel like the personal healing journey that you're going on as an individual, is definitely going to reflect on your friendships. Again, like your friends are going to show you what you need to heal, what different things need to be improved, like communication wise, things like that. If you have a friend that is nice enough to point out these things that you need to improve on, to be a better friend or a better you.
Yeah, a friend is like a mirror. I be telling people all the time, it's like, oh shit, I'm really having to like see myself in this moment. Yeah,
and I also think a friend is somebody that you can grow with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Say that.
Yeah.
Grow. Oh yeah.
I feel that. I definitely feel like a friend is someone you can grow with, experience with, learn from.
Yes.
Heavy on the learn from.
I know. I love learning from my friends. I love learning from others, period. But my friends is like it's a certain sacredness.
I'm like, friend, you told me that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Exactly. Yes. Your friend definitely gonna always want the best for you.
Yes.
They're not gonna, clearly tolerate any toxic
Mm-hmm.
ways that you may have. Mm-hmm. That's why I was saying earlier the big on the accountability part, because I found myself in certain friendships that just wasn't serving me no more. Like, this person really like my toxic ways because our inner demons is smiling with each other. Like, not our higher selves. So just something to definitely think about and take into consideration too. Do you guys think there's any like lessons you want to give or advice that you would like to give to other like young Black women navigating like mixing their friendships and what you guys learned so far?
I definitely feel like all of this information and especially our perspectives is definitely going to help somebody out there.
Yeah,
that's a fact
for sure. I think that this is my advice. My advice is when you meet somebody and you really like them, don't label them as your friend right away because technically they're still strangers because a friend is somebody at least a little bit. Very well.
Sure.
That
that's
you can
true.
Tell them stuff. And I'm not saying tell them everything. You don't got to tell people everything.
Oversharing.
Child. Oh my God.
Don't overshare. Just
trauma dumping. Stop.
Yep. And a lot of
you gotta let it go. But it's like maybe the person that you're trying to become friends with, maybe they're not in the space to receive that and help you.
Yes.
But don't do that. So when you want somebody to become your friend, like maybe hang out with them a couple times to see like if they're worth investing more time into, because like relationships are investments. Like you put time and you put effort and energy, your feelings, your heart, you put pretty much everything into that stuff.
Yes. Right. You can't
so you don't definitely can't fake it. So you don't want to just be like, oh, you my friend. And I feel like the term friend is something used so loosely now. Because I mean, I can even admit when I was younger, I used to think everybody was my friend. Looking back, child, it was not a friend. It was a whole stranger, bro. Like they was foul, they bullied me. You're not my friend.
Literally.
Like,
say your shit.
For real. So for real. Like even now, like I meet people and I not taking away from who they are. They're great people. We're just not friends. And that's okay. You don't have to be friends with everybody. Just because somebody want to be your friend don't mean you have to be their friend.
Wow.
You don't.
That's so true.
My mom told me that with dating, just because somebody offered to you don't mean you got to take it.
Hey,
standards.
Girl.
But I
needed
feel
to
like
hear
that goes
that.
back to standards.
I needed to hear
Yes,
that.
you
Yeah,
gotta
you gotta
have
have your
standards for
standards.
friends too. Like,
Yeah.
and you
Facts.
can't. It's both ways. Like, you can't say, "Oh, I want a friend that's gonna text me every day." Are you texting your friend every day?
Every day. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't expect
right.
them out of them, and you're not gonna do the same.
Mm-hmm. The energy got to be reciprocated.
Yeah, I'm so
Yeah.
big on
Yeah.
Because they can be looking at you crazy, like, what?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't feel
Like,
like
what
you
are
a
you talking
hypocrite.
about?
Right.
Holding yourself to the same standard
Mhm.
once again that you're expecting from a
Yes,
friend.
Exactly.
Yeah, friendships is balance. Y'all.
Yes.
Friendship ain't one more power dynamic. No. This is even playing field.
Yeah. And set your boundaries too, because
Yeah.
sometimes friends or acquaintances, they can cross that line, and then it can just
they come.
That's why you got to set boundaries.
Friendships, you getting comfortable, and I feel like it's even worse when like that one. If it's just you and like two people, but like when it's a friendship, like mixing friendships specifically, then things can even really get tricky because it's got like different feelings, different emotions. It's all like a melting, boiling pot. So it kind of feels like to me a little bit more intense when certain things do hit the fan versus when it's just you and that friend one-on-one.
Well, I also would like to add to that. I feel like when you are mixing friendships and you know the friends are established, I do feel like it's a point of awareness that you guys can communicate and get through that situation without shit actually hitting the fan and spiraling out of control.
Communication is key. If you don't say nothing, I mean, like we genuine, like we're not superhumans.
Yeah.
Even me as a psych major, I can't read your mind. Can't. So sorry. I can read your body language. I can read the patterns in your behavior, but that's not. I'm not gonna really know unless I go to the source. So like, you gotta ask those tough questions,
for sure.
Even though they might make you feel uncomfortable, because you don't want to find yourself in a situation you sitting there feeling anxiety about something and you too scared to say something. Like you gotta say it. If that's your friend, you can be open and honest with them about it.
Yes.
That's so true. And also I feel like the thing is about like some advice I have for people who mix like their friendships together, not be aware that everybody is not like everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah.
You know, like definitely vet like, okay, this person is introverted, probably shouldn't be with this extroverted person in this way and stuff like that. Because once again, it could be a way for you guys to really protect the friendship for one, and also unnecessary conflict.
That's facts.
Also, before like you start mixing your friendships together, just think about what's important to you, and once again, what you define as a friend, and you know, really just being solid, you know, to yourself, you know, being a friend to yourself, and also being clear on the friendship that you have before it gets to being like 2, 3, 4, 5, 8.
No, literally. Then it's a whole crew.
Yeah, it's a whole crew.
Football team.
And can I just say this? And it's no shade to know like friend group specifically a lot, but like if it's more than like 5 of y'all,
bro,
and y'all all close,
it's all gonna
I'll be
blow
like,
up.
I mean, shout out to them, but like, how do you do it? Maybe
right? How do you do it?
Because I don't know.
Conflict is bound to happen. I mean, we're humans.
Right?
Like,
we're not perfect.
Yeah,
like you
true.
can't even steer from it. It's up about how you handle it. You can have conflict, but it don't gotta be a fight or you know, something real big. Like it don't gotta be that way. People choose to make it that way based on how they react.
That's true.
They do. They made that decision. You chose to raise your voice and start airing out all my business to everybody.
Yeah. Right.
Wait, so just so I can be clear too, so I can get an understanding from you guys' point of view. Are you guys open to still mixing your friendships, or like how do you guys currently feel about that?
Proceed with caution.
But you open to it?
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. There's good things that can come from it, and sometimes I don't want to say bad, but you gotta know. And even if you don't know, because sometimes you could really genuinely feel like it's always good, like good intentions, but you could genuinely feel like, oh, that could really vibe, and sometimes they just don't, and that's okay. Like you just gotta take it with a grain of salt and keep pushing. Like can't be worried about all that, but I'm still open to it though.
Me too.
Yeah,
I'm still open to
it. Yeah, me too. I feel like I definitely agree with that. It's all about intentions.
Yes.
Heavy on that because how the type of mindset you have going into something, especially like a friendship, you know, you thinking it's gonna be like messy, dramatic, all this other, you know, crap, you know, you really overthinking. just
don't overthink it.
chill.
Yeah.
Be aware of how you feel.
Yes.
And moving forward, expect a positive outcome. You want to at least expect some type of positive outcome.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, so
if you don't, then what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah, for real. So yeah, I'm definitely open to that.
What about you?
Now y'all know I definitely am.
Yeah.
It's the Libra in me. What can I say? I'm a social butterfly girly. Like,
Yeah.
but I just feel like moving forward, I'm gonna take my own advice, take the lessons that I've learned from previous experiences, from mixing my friendships, and also like take you guys' advice because y'all like gave me so many jewels today, and I appreciate you guys so much for that. Like,
no problem.
So yeah, I'm open to it. I feel like, but at the same time, I respect anybody who just don't prefer that too. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But if you're open-minded to it, I would say go for it, but be clear on all the things we said.
Yeah.
Okay.
And more if you got
and
any.
more. Right? Because it's always different things it's a journey, Friendships in itself is a journey.
Yeah. It takes time. You don't make friends overnight.
No, for real.
And Demi, I just want to say that your perspective on this topic in general, it was great. I loved hearing what you had to say.
Thanks, guys.
Yes.
I appreciate all of you guys. Well, it's not a lot of us.
But yeah.
I appreciate y'all stuff too, because I mean, it's a lot of. I don't know everything, child. I'm still moving and grooving and trying to learn and.
Heavy on that.
Man.
I appreciate you guys for still even being open to learning different things. Some people just take certain past experiences and be like, oh, well, never this and never again. It's just like, don't be like that.
I know.
You
can't harden your heart. I'm trying to do that too.
For
I ain't
real.
trying to get off topic. Like when it comes to dating and stuff, because we talking about friendships. Because I feel like you gotta, like you trying to build a partnership with somebody, a life with somebody, they have to be your friend. Like
I say this all the time. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how did you come to that conclusion though? Like being friends?
Because it's like okay, we in a relationship.
Yeah.
We got title of boyfriend, girlfriend, girl, whatever, right? And maybe you do something I don't like maybe you talking to somebody. Not talking to somebody like that, but like
I was gonna say
I see something and I get like not like that. Like maybe I get jealous or I feel some type of way.
Yeah.
And I need to come to them as my friend. Like we need to be friends first.
Having that hard conversation.
I feel like not even that. I feel like scratch all that. Being friends first is like the foundation because like you're getting to know that person like as a person and not as I want them to be my boyfriend. I want them to
the romantic,
like romanticizing it. And that's fine because if you're romantic, that's fine. You can be a lover person and do all those things, but they got to be friends first. Like my parents, they've been together. They've been locked in, bro, for a minute. They were friends first. And I mean, it was kind of like love at first sight. Like they knew they wanted to be together because like they seen who they were and they're like, oh, that's the type of person I want in my life, to build a family with and to build a life with. I know it's so cute. Right?
It is.
Yes.
But they're like, that's my best friend. Like, no, that should definitely be your friend. Like,
right.
I'm not saying all my friends I'm gonna fall in love with. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
Because some people will misconstrue that. No, y'all, like be friends with that person. When I say be friends, like I'm not saying you gotta strictly be friends to get to know that person without all the extra stuff, outside stuff that comes with relationships.
Yeah, like solely you're just used to interacting and literally relating, building a relationship that one way. Like you said, romanticizing. I get exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
When you're friends with the person that you love in the sense of a relationship, intimate relationship, like you said, certain disagreements, communication, it just blends better when you actually have that friendship base.
Exactly.
They see you as a person. Yeah, it feels a little bit more, I guess, innocent in a way, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that's how it should be. I mean, I can't say what it should and shouldn't be because it's different for everybody. Like sometimes some people, they may not be friends first. Maybe they just jump straight into dating and they still get to know each other. And it's nothing
all the time.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I've done that. But I think I'm just in a space now with the things I've experienced.
Okay.
I just prefer that we're friends first because I really want to get to know you as a person to see if I really want to invest more time to build a relationship.
Right.
Not just a friendship, but a relationship like we're together with titles, we're exclusive.
On an intimate level.
Yeah, on an intimate level.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
You agree with that too? Like, would you prefer to like be friends with like before you move into like a relationship, committed relationship, being friends with your partner first?
100%, 100,000%, because I feel like you definitely want to get to know that person before you think about moving into something as intimate as a relationship. And especially it'll let you know whether or not you can be, longevity with that person, if you can have some type of longevity friendship or relationship or whatever the case may be, especially because you're still at the talking stage, you're still getting to know that person, and you're peeling back the layers, like an onion.
Yeah, I'm
For
talking
real.
about onions.
And
Okay,
I believe in
I
that.
love onions.
I do too.
Yeah,
You like red or white?
red
Both.
onions.
Yeah, I like both. No, wait, which one you like?
I like white
Okay,
because it's so sweet.
yeah.
Oh yeah, white onions and some tuna.
Ooh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scream.
Tacos.
Sorry, y'all.
Tacos for me, y'all. I put my tacos.
A Savoy.
Oh,
Period. That's funny. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
Something is wrong with us, y'all.
Girl, I know everything right, child.
Exactly. But yeah, I actually feel more like I'm so like excited and grateful that we have these type of conversations, because like even right now in this present moment, like even my own established friendship that I have with you guys, I feel even more like solid and rooted now. So like
and that's
very wholesome and like sweet.
And I just wanted to say, considering that this is the first time me and you really chopping it
For
up,
real.
I
crazy.
feel that.
Yeah.
I feel like we've gotten the space to do it. Not like
Yeah.
we didn't before. It was just like it'd be
Right.
like sometimes it'd be like awkward, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you're nervous because like you don't know like
Yeah, a little
You
bit
know?
closed off.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not really like that. As you can see, I'm a very like happy,
expressive person.
Yeah, I
You really
am. I
are.
just like I've gotten to a point in my life where I kind of choose to just reserve myself when I come
There's
into a
nothing
new
wrong with
space.
that.
I'd be scared. And in the past, when I wasn't like that and I just be myself as a kid,
Open.
people would be
You're
like,
too
they would
open.
shut it down and they'd be
Yeah.
like, ew, I don't like that, or you're weird.
Oh,
No, seriously,
You
like
told
people
me
have
that,
literally told
didn't
me
you? I
that.
remember you open up to me about that.
Yeah, she was like, you're weird. Why are you always so happy? I said, like I didn't even know how to respond to that. Like
I'm miserable.
having I'm sorry, like you going through something. I can help you feel better. Like let's.
But that's not even your
fun.
responsibility.
It's not.
Yeah, no.
Definitely as 8-year-olds.
And a lot of the times when people say stuff like that, they see something in you that they wish they had.
That's
sure.
crazy.
It's definitely come from a place of lack.
Definitely
Yeah.
didn't realize that then, and it like
And it happens now. It can happen now.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It affected me in a way that just made me like not love myself. Like, cause I was, it was bad, but I love myself now though.
Yeah.
I came out of that, but it's just like words really do matter. So
I'm big on it.
I know we're talking about friends, but it's
Yeah.
like, be careful what you say to your friends.
Yes.
Yeah,
because like they, that phrase, "Sticks and stones may break my bones,
but words will never hurt.
Words do hurt. We have emotions, and
exactly.
certain words and phrases
robots.
can literally trigger something deep within you
and manifest.
oh my god, that you never even knew you had. And yeah, so be careful with your words, like and if you really feel like it's something you shouldn't say, then please keep it to yourself, because are you helping the situation or hurting the situation? And you're most likely going to hurt it if you say that thing that is going to hurt them.
Yeah.
That's the thing for me, y'all. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like some clear indications that that person isn't your friend, or you should exit stage left out of that friendship. Is if they are aware, especially if you already communicated, because I've been through this, you communicated like, oh, this makes me feel some type of way, and they do it. Like it hit different when like we supposed to be friends, and you going out your way to do something that that's gonna make me feel some type of way or hurt my feelings.
It was intentional. So now you know what to do.
Intentional.
Yeah,
that's how
I know
what
to
do, girl.
And the intentions become clear.
And like, not to say it doesn't hurt, when you see that, like, but it's a canon event that had to happen. I mean,
it is.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It had to happen. Like, maybe you and CC, y'all was kicking it one day, and the next she went behind your back and did some dirty stuff.
No, for real. Because like, listen, I kept it real cute on today's because
girl,
and I feel that
things.
And I feel like those type of people, they miss out.
They do, and that's okay. Let them miss out.
Yeah. I think sometimes though, it's okay to also acknowledge like the betrayal.
Oh yeah,
you really can fucking feel
Don't
even when you
neglect
mix
it.
your friendships.
Mhm.
You know, like it's one thing if you experience betrayal with the one-on-one, but like when it's a group, it almost feels like once again even more of an impact. Like, damn, I thought we always getting
Like, all of y'all knew
locked
this?
in.
No,
Yeah, no,
literally.
heavy on that. Heavy on all y'all.
Like, you already
Yeah.
knew this?
Right.
And I think too, I wanted to say this too. I meant to say this previously about this conversation. I think when you're mixing friendships, how do I put this? If I'm A,
Mhm.
right, but I was introduced by if A introduced me into their friendship with C and I'm B, but let's just say C do some shady things to me as B, right? And then I go and communicate that
And A ain't
to
doing
A,
nothing.
right? Because
Mm.
see, that's another thing. You know, I think it says a lot if the roles reverse and that was happening to that one friend and they will want you to also stick up for them or maybe even cut that person off, but they don't even do that for you. I
Yeah.
feel like, and
Unless
I've been
you
through
want
that.
that.
I've been through that. It's just
Same.
like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Guess we're not on the same page with this. That
Yeah.
can hurt sometimes. But I also feel like that's important to be aware of that. You know, it depends on the level of disrespect, betrayal that other friend within the friendship group is doing. And then that other person that you originally was friends with still want to be friends with that person.
Maybe it wasn't that deep to them. And it's like,
Yeah.
and that'd be the
And
sick
that's
part for me.
hurtful.
Because I'm like,
Because
so
it
you
didn't
didn't
happen
think
to them?
you
Do
didn't
you
think
think
that
that's
was
what it is?
disrespectful? Like,
Yeah.
did you not see? Did you see that? Did you
I feel
see
like
it?
they be seeing it though. That's why
Girl,
I'm
they
saying
be eyes.
shut.
Ray Charles.
Not
Right.
Stevie Wonder.
No.
Stevie
Oh,
Wonder to the book.
yeah. Stephen Wonder.
It has to be
You're so
said.
funny. That's so true though. Like, I've definitely had that happen, and that'd be the part that
Yeah.
get me because I'm like,
You know.
so
But I
you
be
ain't finna
telling
call them
myself-
out. Like, you just
Yeah.
gonna keep kicking it with them. Like, that'd be
Yeah.
blowing.
Yeah.
Me. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
They
I'd be
just
blue.
they be okay with the toxicity.
They do, and I'm gonna let them be okay and let it eat them up. I ain't tried to tell
Not let
you.
them eat
Yeah.
them up.
If it, I don't want them to like fail. It's just like,
No, I get what you're saying.
you choose.
though.
It's like I tell you to stove high, and you keep touching it, then you keep burning yourself. I'm not finna keep trying to
Exactly.
burn myself trying to get your hand out the fire. That's
Mhm.
your decision. I don't
Big
tell you.
facts. But yeah,
That was a
like,
great
you know,
analogy.
It
Thank
was
you.
a great
Yeah.
analogy.
Thank you.
But yeah, you guys, you know, all in all though, yeah, like mixing friendships, if you open to it, do it. If you're not, then just, you know, reflect on that too. It's okay. Be at peace with either or, you know, but yeah. All right, y'all. Well, if that's all y'all had to say. Okay, so you guys, this is officially the end of today's episode on mixing friendships. I definitely want to take the time out to, you know, show my most utmost love and gratitude to my beautiful and wonderful guest today.
Thank you.
Demi, yes, and Martisa.
It
I
was a
love y'all.
pleasure.
Yes. What would be a good way for you guys to, for the listeners to stay connected, you know, to you guys outside of the podcast? Go first.
Well, tune in. Tune in to
Martisa.
Jada because you know she's the hostess with the mostest
Thank you.
information,
I'm so
wisdom, and all of that. And you know what comes with Jada, you know, is her wonderful, wise friends. And you know, she just don't pick any
I
old
agree.
friends. You know, she got a great friend group, and I've witnessed that. So if y'all want to stay locked in, stay tuned in, tune in and stay locked in.
What about you?
LOL, because I'm so like, okay. Hey, girl. Like, I love that, but where your stuff at? Like,
Right.
Yes, friend.
Well, you can hit me up on social media.
Okay.
TT_teaser Instagram.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And no Facebook.
No Facebook. I don't
Ain't
do
nothing wrong with
Facebook.
that. My friend said, no, y'all not getting that tea.
No.
What
Yeah,
about
for
you,
real.
Dibby?
you can find me on Instagram at designs_by_Demi, DEME, not DMI. It's DME.
Okay. Come on,
For
correction.
Crochet Designs by Demi, I do customs, I do classes. And yeah, I think you can find me on Twitter too. I'm not really on there like
Oh,
that. I don't
I
even know
wanna
if
be
it's
on
called
Twitter.
Twitter anymore at this point because it's different.
X.
Interesting. Find me on the X app.
X. It's called X now.
Yeah, it's
You
weird.
didn't know that?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
X, yeah.
Even the logo came big X.
Are
Yeah, it's
you
an X.
serious?
Yeah. I don't know why. Whatever.
I don't know actually.
I think what's the guy?
Elon.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, he's the one. Yeah, he did it.
It ain't got nothing to do with me.
That's so interesting. Well, yeah,
It's very
find me on the
interesting.
X app, Instagram, Facebook is under Demetria Williams.
Yes.
I'm working on getting a Facebook page for my business.
Okay.
Don't know how to do that, but working on it. And I'm on
Exactly.
YouTube too. Check me out. And TikTok.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have it. Girl, I just got a page. I don't got no videos yet.
Oh, okay.
Sorry to
You guys are
disappoint you.
definitely-
Oh, no.
You guys can always come back anytime.
Thank
You know what I'm
you.
saying? I just appreciate y'all for being a part of today's episode. It means so much to me. My heart is just overflowing. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, thanks so much, Jay. I really appreciate you. Like, ever since I met you, you've been so just a light bright. A bright light. I
Yeah,
said
yeah,
that
yeah.
sounded backwards.
it's okay.
Yeah, and every time we link up, it's been few, but we be having a
Right,
good time and we have meaningful
exactly.
conversations. So I really
Yeah.
appreciate it. Thank
Thank
you for
you.
having me. This is my first podcast.
Oh my God.
Like official, like in a booth. I ain't
Dang.
never done.
This is my first.
I'm
first
scared. I'm
podcast
looking at the
too.
cameras.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that, y'all. Learn
Yes,
something new
thanks.
about your friends every day. You are welcome. Thank you for being here.
Of
Demi.
course, of course.
Yes,
of
thank you
course.
for having me.
Absolutely. Y'all can always come back. And please feel free to follow me on social media at DesaWorld, DESAWORLD._. Also, Purple Phases will be launching its own social media very soon. Just stay tuned for that. I will be having an episode every other Sunday at 1:00 p.m. Eastern Time. My podcast is currently available on all streaming platforms. So please tell a friend to tell a friend. Y'all need to tell a friend too. My
Got you.
friends who are.
Yeah, for real.
Got you.
And until next time, I will be talking to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.